I was holding my breath. Then she said, "You know your father died before that, right?" I told her I knew. But the truth was, I'd never really thought about the timing. He died when I was young. An accident. That's all I ever remembered it being called. Something sudden, something tragic, something that happened and then stopped being talked about. She confirmed it again, gently, like she was afraid I might argue. He wasn't around for my birthdays after that. He wasn't sending cards. He wasn't watching me grow up. Whatever this was, it wasn't him. She reached across the table and took my hand. Her grip was tighter than usual. She told me she didn't think I should go back to the house yet. I told her the detective had said the same thing. That made her pause. She asked what the police had said. I told her everything they'd found, or rather, everything they hadn't. She went quiet again after that. Not panicked, not emotional, just guarded. I asked her if there was anything she wasn't telling me. She looked at me for a long time before answering. She said no. But she also said she didn't think this was random. I stayed at her place for a while. Long enough for the caffeine to kick in. Long enough for the adrenaline to wear off. Eventually, reality crept back in. I needed clothes, my work laptop, my charger, things I hadn't thought to grab when I left the house in the middle of the night. My mom offered to come with me. I told her I'd be fine. I don't know why I said that. On the drive back, I kept thinking about the way the officers described the house. Clean. I parked down the block instead of in the driveway. The house looked exactly the same as I'd left it. No lights on, no movement, no sign anyone had been there at all. For a moment, I wondered if I'd imagined the whole thing. I walked up the path, eyes scanning the yard, the porch, the door. The welcome mat was slightly crooked. I know that doesn't sound like much, but I always kept it straight. I knelt down to fix it. That's when I saw what was underneath. I stood there for a second, hands still on the edge of the welcome mat. The house was quiet. No cars passing, no neighbors outside. I crouched down and straightened the mat. It resisted slightly. That's when I lifted it. There was a folded piece of paper underneath, pressed flat against the concrete. It wasn't damp. It wasn't curled at the edges. It hadn't been there long enough to collect dirt or moisture. It had been placed. My first thought was that the police had missed it, but that didn't make sense. They'd stood on this porch. One of them had leaned against the door while the other checked the frame. If it had been there earlier, someone would have seen it, which meant it had been put there after. I unfolded it just enough to see my name. My phone rang. The sound startled me so badly I nearly dropped both the note and the phone. I didn't check the screen. I assumed it was my mom or my girlfriend calling to ask if I'd made it inside okay. I answered immediately. "Hello?"